All right, let's dive right in. We're going to tackle a question that, sounds pretty simple on the surface, but it's actually the key to, well, pretty much everything. So, what is chemistry, really? Okay, so let me ask you something. Think about your morning coffee, the battery in your phone, and heck, even the air you're breathing. What could those three things possibly have in common? I mean, these seem totally different, right? But believe it or not, there's a single fundamental secret connecting them all. And that secret ingredient, you guessed it, it's chemistry. It's this, invisible instruction manual that's running the show behind the scenes. It connects everything. I mean, everything, from the tiniest atoms to the biggest galaxies. All right, so secret ingredient sounds cool, but what are we actually talking about here? Let's nail down what chemistry really is. Now, if you crack open a textbook, you're going to see something like this. Chemistry is the study of matter, its properties, and how it changes. And matter is just a fancy word for, well, stuff, all the stuff that exists. So it's about understanding what things are made of, and this is the really cool part, how they transform. But forget the textbook for a second, here's a much better way to look at it. Think of chemistry as the universe's ultimate instruction manual. Seriously, it lays out all the rules for how stuff gets put together, how it operates, and crucially, how it can become something completely new. Okay, but this isn't just some high-level science stuff. Not at all. Let's bring this right down to earth, into a place you're in every single day, your kitchen. Because, and you might not realize this, your kitchen is basically a world-class chemistry lab. I mean, just think about it for a second. When you bake a cake, that's chemistry. Frying an egg? Chemistry. Even just making toast? Yep, that's a chemical reaction. These are things you do all the time without even giving it a second thought, but it's all chemistry. Let's use the cake example, because it's perfect. You start with your ingredients, right? That's your matter. The flour, the sugar, the eggs. Then you add energy, in this case, heat from the oven. And what comes out? A totally new thing. A cake. That transformation from gooey batter to fluffy cake, that is chemistry, right there in front of your eyes. Okay, from the oven to the sink, let's talk about something else we do all the time, cleaning. Because, you guessed it, the science of clean is all about chemistry. So you know how grease and water just don't mix? It's a classic problem when you're washing dishes. Well, soap is the chemical superhero that solves this. A soap molecule is really clever. It has one end that loves grease and another end that loves water. So it literally grabs onto a piece of grease with one hand and grabs onto the water with the other, forming a bridge so the water can just wash all that grime away. Pretty cool, right? And this idea, this simple trick, it's actually huge. Because the whole concept of designing one molecule to interact with another specific molecule, that's the entire basis for modern medicine. Think about aspirin. It's not magic, right? It's a molecule that's been perfectly designed to fit into certain parts of your body's own chemistry to block pain signals. It's the exact same principle as soap and grease, just, way more complex and happening inside you. Okay, so we've got the kitchen, we've got the sink. But chemistry's impact is so much bigger than just our homes. So now let's zoom out, way out. Let's talk about how chemistry is absolutely essential for all of us, for our entire civilization. Yeah, because this isn't just about making life a little easier, like with cakes and clean dishes. We're talking about something that is fundamental to our survival as a species. It is an absolute necessity. Just look at this word, millions. What do you think that could be referring to? We're talking about the millions, actually billions of people who rely on a hidden chemical process every single day for the most basic thing we need to live, clean, safe drinking water. This might be one of the most important ways we use chemistry on the entire planet. At water treatment plants, they add very specific chemicals into the raw water. These chemicals kick off a chain reaction that makes all the nasty stuff, dirt, bacteria, you name it, clump together. Then, it's super easy to filter all that gunk out. What's left? The safe, pure drinking water that comes out of your tap. It's a life-saving chemical process happening on an unbelievable scale every single day. So think about that. From baking a single cake in your oven to providing clean water for billions of people, chemistry is just everywhere. And that's really the main point here. The world around you, your life, it's all one big laboratory. And there's a reason scientists have this special nickname for it. They often call chemistry the central science. And why is that? Well, because chemistry is the great connector. It's the bridge that links everything together. It takes the laws of physics and uses them to explain the incredible complexity of biology. It explains what our planet is made of, geologically, and it's key to understanding our environment. You could say it's the common language that all the other sciences share. And that brings us all the way back to where we started, with you. So I'm going to leave you with this question to think about. What's one chemical reaction that you were part of today? Was it digesting your lunch? Was it the energy your muscles used to click play on this? The more you look, the more you'll realize it. You've been a chemist this whole time and you didn't even know it.